Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us ready to buy to 213-640-9738. That's 213-640-9738. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Hit him to catch him. Then you're gonna displace your weight. Then you're gonna drop down to the ground.
If you wanted attention in 52, you had to do something exceptional.
Unorthodox type of striking.
You know, by the time 80 rolled around, and I see a lot of the hand styles that evolved out of jailhouse rock. Everything that we do with these art forms were once fighting styles, so remember that.
In the rhythm of life, there's a melody that dances with every step we take. And in those steps, there's a tale of legacy, of culture, and of the spirits that guide us. Introducing Root Work, where tradition and heritage intertwine. Crafted from the essence of foundational Black American root work deodorant is more than just a scent. It's a connection to the spirits of our ancestors, with 6 enchanting scents to choose from, each infused with the potent High John the Conqueror root, known for its healing and protective properties. Long-lasting and enchanting, Root Work deodorant will keep you feeling fresh while embracing the spirit of Mojora, the very essence of Root Work culture. Root Work deodorant, where tradition and heritage intertwine. Experience the power at rootworkstyle.com. Let your spirit dance in the rhythm of Root Work.
Boom, there it is. What's going on? Wasn't that Root Work commercial real Mac-ish? Wasn't that Mac-ish, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, man? I'm here. Yes, I am. I'm an hour late, but sometimes I start at 8 p.m. our time. Sometimes, sometimes it happens. But ladies and gentlemen, nevertheless, I am here with the family. I'm gonna need y'all to do a few things while I lotion my hands up. I gotta get lotion down real quick. I'm gonna need y'all to do a couple of things, family. What's up, Nikki the God? Shout out to Nikki the God, the mod. Shout out to Am Fresh, the mod. Where are my mods? Listen, all right. A lot of stuff we're gonna get into tonight. Had to wear my Los Angeles shirt. Tonight, I got to represent LA and Kendrick. Before I do that, let me have y'all do something. Let me have y'all do a couple of things. Let me have the family do a few things. Number one, bump the quality up to this broadcast to HD rather. Bump it all the way up to HD so you can see the ism in HD. See it in high definition, ladies and gentlemen. See me chopping it up in high definition. Let's do that. Bump it up to HD. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Share this on Twitter. Let everybody know that I am live right now. Share this on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Man, a lot of stuff we got to talk about on tonight. Listen, we gotta address. It's so much going on. A lot of stuff happening in real time. The Drake Kendrick beef, Vlad jumping in the mix. That ties into a lot of things we're going to talk about on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to tie into a lot of things. I'm just waiting on everybody to get on in the room. People are slowly piling on in the room. Everybody come on in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start getting my my B-roll ready. Let me do that real quick. Let me get my B-roll stuff ready for you guys. Because we got a lot to touch on, ladies and gentlemen. And while we're getting everybody in the room, I need everybody, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me get this straight. I need everybody to go to Rally for Reparations. Y'all see that link down there, the Rally for Reparations. We are still getting people to get involved with the Rally for Reparations. We're having June 15th in Washington, D.C. You don't want to miss that. And also the movie Microphone Check is coming. We'll only have a few weeks for Microphone Check, family. We'll only have a few weeks for Microphone Check. Only a few weeks left for the greatest hip-hop documentary ever made. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks, man. Memorial Day weekend. Go to microphonecheck.com to get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. Now, let's tie all this stuff in. Let's do a recap. I did a broadcast the other day talking about the Kendrick Lamar beef. Now, for those who don't know, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, they've been trading jabs with each other on record. J. Cole even got the mix. He threw some jabs at Kendrick. J. Cole realized he didn't really want them problems. So J. Cole tapped out early and apologized and said, hey, you know what? I'm taking the high road. This ain't what I really want. You know, he took the high road. You know, hey, I felt bad. I don't want to do no dissing. I'm in a different space now. He kind of tapped out, which is good. All right, that's all right. Sometimes when you see something that might go somewhere where you don't want it to go, it's all right to tap out. It's all right to tap out. Now Drake, you know, Drake has gotten into beefs, and Drake has taken his shots at Kanye and ASAP and Kendrick and Rick Ross, and Drake be doing his little light-skinned disses. He does, yeah. Drake has done a lot of sneak dissing, but Drake, you know, he's been getting dissed as well. So I'm trying to be very neutral here to a certain degree. Somebody said Drake is playing chess, K-Dot is playing checkers. Dude, okay, hold on, okay. So, there's a hot song out like that. Kendrick's taking shots. So Drake came out with the response. The response wasn't bad. The response was Family Matters. So the response was taking shots at Kendrick, talking about him being abusive to his chick or whatever, taking shots at a whole bunch of other people, my boy Rocky, ASAP Rocky, Rick Ross. He just took shots at a lot of people in this song. Now, it wasn't a bad song. All right? Wasn't a bad song. Kendrick, right after that, he let out a song called Meet the Grams, produced by The Alchemist, I think. It was a cool, slow beat where you could really hear the enunciation of all the words. So it was a cool diss, so it was cool. So when K-Dot put his out, I put it equal. All right? It's equal. All right? Some people were saying K-Dot won with that. I'm like, no, he didn't. That wasn't a knockout blow. That wasn't a knockout blow. Because Drake, you know, the advantage Drake had was that the song Drake had, the Family Matters song, Drake rapped over like 3 beats, but some of the beats were club bangers. So these were beats that you can bop in a club. So that was an advantage. The Meet the Grams, that wasn't a club banger. It was more of a boom bap type of record, which was good. It was a good record. Well, I'm just saying what advantages who had. Lyrically, Kendrick had the advantage, but Drake had the advantage of possible ghostwriters, and that doesn't matter. That's another thing too. People talk about ghostwriters, and that's you know, that's whatever. But when you look at the finished product, that's really all that matters in this day and age. Back in the day when the hip hop was a more purist thing, who wrote the rhymes, that was kind of important. But right now, it's like look, you go to a restaurant and somebody brings out a steak. It doesn't matter who worked on the steak in the kitchen. If the steak is good, you're going to give props to the restaurant. You dig? So that's what it is. But the Kendrick song, Meet the Grams, was lyrically on point. Wasn't a club banger. Family Matters, you know, I put them on equal footing. But damn, Kendrick immediately came out with another song. What's the last song? What's the song Kendrick is the one that's killing the game right now? What the hell is the name of the song, guys? The one with that DJ Mustard produced. I guess Kendrick was listening to the streets. Now, going back to Drake and Family Matters. Like I said, I kind of put them equally, but Drake, Euphoria. Yes, I forgot about Euphoria. Yes, he put out Euphoria. I forgot about Euphoria. That's right. He put out Euphoria, and then Drake responded to the Euphoria. So that's right. Ghostwriting matters to a certain degree, but this day and age, not really. So Drake in the Family Matters song, Drake had some questionable lyrics. And I said, and I talked about this the other day, Drake said something to the effect of, Kendrick, you're acting like you're trying to free the slaves. Right there, I said, oh, that can be used against Drake. If K. Dot is strategic, he can use that, and he damn sure did. He used Drake's lyrics against him. So he came out with Not Like Us. K. Dot must have been listening to the streets. He went and got Mustard. I don't know if you were sitting on that beat, if you cooked it up right then and there, but Mustard gave him a banger. Mustard gave him a club banger. That Not Like Us thing came out. He's going in on Drake. Oh my God. That was the nail in the coffin right there. That Not Like Us, that knocked Drake all the way out the box. That was a death blow. Oh, that was a death blow. Yeah, no, Drake, he was some real questionable lyrics in the Drake thing. He kind of took some shots at Michael Jackson, whatever. But boy, K. Dot came back and used that slave line against Drake, saying that he's like a colonizer. And Drake better start reading the room and getting his ghostwriters to read the room. Mustard came through with a banger. Dude, everybody's grooving to that. That's all. They're bumping that in clubs, not just in the West Coast. They out here doing Crip Walk videos to that joint out here. But they out there in New York banging it. They're in Atlanta banging it. That Not Like Us song, dude, that's a summer banger. This is the beginning of the summer. The beginning of the summer is about to pop off. Boy, K. Dot came out with a summer banger. You dig? Also, the thing with Kendrick is speaking on the FBA lineage. He's talking about the lineage. He's talking like us, family. They're listening. He's talking like us. And that's what's hot right now. That movement going on, that delineation movement, that heritage movement. You see? K. Dot is reading the room. He's reading the streets. That's an FBA anthem. Yeah? Man, that Not Like Us thing is not a joke. And let me show y'all something, how some of y'all are missing some of the disses in some of the artwork. In the Euphoria track, in the Graham Family Matters track, hold on. Kendrick had some prescriptions that was allegedly Drake's. But I want y'all to look at something. The cover for the Not Like Us thing, I want y'all to peep something out. Look, this is the cover for the Not Like Us song. It's Drake's house. And you see all of those dots there? You know what that means? Those dots, that's how you look up sexual predators in areas. When you look up sexual predators, that's what it looks like. A lot of folks didn't catch that part of it. So when you go to the sexual predator database in your area and look for people who are sexual predators in your area, those icons come up, and he has a bunch of them over Drake's house. That's for sex offenders. A lot of folks didn't catch that part. Oh, K-Dot is going, he's going low. Yeah, those are pedo markers. A lot of y'all didn't catch that. All right, some of y'all knew, some didn't. All right, some knew, some didn't. All right? Some knew, some didn't. Shit. How many of y'all didn't know? Some people knew, some people didn't. All right? But, man, K-Dot got people in the club yelling, say, "Oh, the ho! Oh, the ho!" Yeah? But listen, that if you struck a chord, it will be a minor. Now listen. I heard Drake's response. Drake just put out a response like an hour ago. Drake just put out a response. Nah, he was denying all of the pedo accusations. He felt like he had to deny all the pedo accusations. So he was denying that, which is understandable. But then at the end, he started almost having an emotional breakdown almost. And it wasn't a good look. At the end, he was like kind of tapping out to a certain degree. It got real light-skinned at the end. Drake's last response was kind of weak. Basically, he's like, let me address these pedo accusations and, let me just kind of low-key say I ain't going to do it no more. Basically, he was alluding to what he was kind of splaining. Yeah, at the end of the song, he's kind of splaining. Why you lying on me? You ain't telling the truth. Okay. Yeah, K-Dot got this. Kendrick got it. Kendrick is hungrier. He's the underdog. Oh, Kendrick got him. I can't play some of it. I don't want to get a strike. Kendrick got him. Now, just from a strategic standpoint, how could you come back from this? I just like to look at things from a strategic standpoint, a hypothetical strategic standpoint. So you're a rapper. You're the top rapper out here. Now, last time when Pusha T, the underdog, got in Drake's ass, they had to go get the OG. Drake had to tap out by having the OG step in, Jay Prince, and say, hey, you know what? We're not going to do this. We all got to take the high road. So Jay Prince had to come save him. You can't do that now because Drake is out here dissing and, Drake is out here Billy Badass and he's getting clapped on. So how could Drake come back from this? How can Drake come back? Because this is a bad look for Drake. Oh, this is a bad look. Drake has two options. Drake either has to go extremely high road or low. Drake is going to have to get with Kirk Franklin and do a gospel album and say, hey, I'm born again. I'm giving my life to the Lord. Or he's going to have to open up an orphanage in Somalia and say, hey, look, I don't have time for rap beef. I'm out here feeding these babies in Somalia. He's going to have to make a big deflection. He's going to have to take the high road to tap out so he don't look like a punk. He has to do some charity work. He has to open up an orphanage somewhere and do charity work and say, hey, look, me and J. Cole, we're going to go out here and feed hungry babies. He's going to have to tap out on the high road. All right? He's going to have to say, oh, this petty beefing is beneath me. He's going to have to go there. He's going to have to open up a school for the handicapped. He's going to have to do something as a deflection so he can use as an excuse to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my energy into something more constructive. He's going to have to open up a nursing home and bathe elderly people. Something. He's going to really have to go high as a way to tap out. All right? Because, yeah, he can't. Drake, do not go back at this man. Kendrick, I think Kendrick, from what I understand, I think Kendrick has an arsenal of bangers just sitting, waiting. Yeah? I think he has an arsenal of songs sitting by waiting. Now, if K-Dot comes out with another response, it's so bad for Drake. It is so bad for Drake. And I think if K-Dot hit him with another banger, oh my God. But yeah, the Not Like Us, that's a summer banger right now. That's going to kill the game for the whole summer. I know Drake and Metro Boomin put out an instrumental and told everybody to rap on it, dissing Drake, called BBL Drake. So like I said, Drake is going to have to go high, or Drake is going to have to go low. He's going to have to get down in the dirt. He's going to have to get down and dirty and super duper diss K-Dot. He's going to have to get real low, meaning Drake is going to have to do something like do a music video. He got to do a diss record and do a music video where he hires a midget to be K-Dot. He's going to have to hire a dwarf to be Kendrick Lamar, put some braids on the black dwarf, and then in the video, have the dwarf beating up women or something. You dig? He's going to have to go that kind of low because he keeps alluding to Kendrick Lamar beating women. So yeah, he got to do what they did with Eazy-E and those guys. They had my dude acting like Eazy-E when Dr. Dre and Snoop was dissing Eazy. They had somebody play Eazy-E. Yeah? I'm just saying, dude, you going to have to, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad for Drake. Oh, this is so bad. I hate to see it. I'm Team Kendrick, but damn, Drake. Drake is getting whooped on. Yeah, he's gonna have to get a dwarf to play Kendrick Lamar, and he's gonna have to beat on the dwarf in the video. Yes, AJ Johnson. Or the little person. Let me be politically correct. I don't want my little people contacting me by email saying, hey, man, that's an epithet. And they roll up on me at my lectures or roll up on me at the microphone check. Hey, Tariq. Who is that? Oh, hey. Hey, Tariq, I don't like what you said. That's an epithet. That's like saying the N-word. All right. But yeah, J. Cole saw that coming. Boy, we got a lot of people in here. We got 5,000 people in here. No, somebody said ain't nobody banging that but on the West Coast. BS. They're in New York. I saw people in New York dancing at a club to this. No, they're bumping that K-Dot. That Not Like Us, they're bumping that all over the country. Yes, it's a West Coast banger. They're bumping that all over the place, dude. That's the summer anthem right now. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the summer anthem. Okay? Now, this is a hot topic right now. This beef. And, the usual suspects. They got to chime in. Understandably, a lot of the vultures have blogs. And DJ Vlad stepped into the mix, and people got in his bumper this week. Well, today, actually, on Twitter. So DJ Vlad put up a tweet. He was like, Kendrick's Not Like Us needed a better mix. It takes away from the song. Sit down, Vlad. Vlad, sit down. Nobody asked you, dude. Vlad, nobody asked you, guy. That song is fine. Listen, dude, nobody asked you. Vlad. Okay, here Vlad wants to put in his 2 cents. All right. Here comes Vlad wanting to put his 2 damn cents in. So now this sister who's a professor over at Princeton, she said, you're white. This is a black folk affair. Her name is Morgan Jenkins. Now, I'm not putting on the cape for Morgan Jenkins because Morgan Jenkins has me blocked for some reason. So usually bedwenches have me blocked or whatever. Bedwenches are tethered. So I'm not putting on the cape for her. I'm just saying, Vlad, She was right on that. Vlad don't need to be in our business. But I'm not putting on the cape with this Morgan Jenkins woman, because she has me blocked, and I don't know why a lot of these Democrat shield types will usually have me blocked, because they get little instructions from their handlers. But I agree with her on this. Now, Vlad went Karen on everybody. He said, wait, so a professor at Princeton is telling me that a white person shouldn't be allowed to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students? And she said, hold on. What I'm saying is that you put your opinion in a discussion that's not needed. This conversation is and should center black people, not you. Vlad, hold on. Vlad, don't try to change your words now. I'll be reaching out to Princeton about this on Monday. So Vlad is going full Karen. Vlad is going Michael Rappaport. This is why the Vlads and the Rappaports, these people, you are guests in our culture, because what you do, you start trying to weaponize your damn whiteness. And y'all start doing the Karen routine. Y'all start getting in it with black folks, and then you use your damn whiteness. You start the Karen routine. That's why I don't buy none of that yo, word to the mother nonsense. Because y'all get white right when it's convenient. Yeah? Y'all turn right into Karen. And now you got some of these people, some of these other Democratic shills and other folks trying to find a way to throw black men in this. Like this lady named Ola, she's a tether. White men who profit from hip hop select their victims with precision. Black men with platforms who are faculty at high-ranking colleges who tweeted the same sentiment as Morgan Jenkins to DJ Vlad. But he knows trying to get a black woman fired won't cost him his black male following. So this woman who's a tether tried to turn this into a gender thing. And I want y'all to notice, man, it's always these tether women always trying to create some kind of gender divide. It's always them trying to do that stuff. But let me get deep for a minute with this Vlad. Let me tell you why Vlad is pulling this little Karen routine that he's about to go tell. Right now, family, y'all know they just put up the powers that be, they're passing a hate crime bill, a hate crime type of bill against anti-Semitism. All right? They got something where, boy, if you say anything that makes anybody think that it's anti-Semitic, boy, that's a crime. If you ruffle anybody's feathers, and if they determine that it's even remotely anti-Semitic, they're making it a federal crime. All right? Want y'all to understand why Vlad got all of this, this bravado now, why he's real bold to really show his hand now. Because when they get these anti-Semitic hate crime bills, you know what they do? They always use us. They always try to act like there's this rise of anti-Semitism with black people, where all of these protests, these are white supremacists going in on Israel and all of these protests all around the country. These are white supremacist groups going out here marching, talking about Jewish people. It's the white supremacists and the suspected white supremacists, the Nick Fuentes's and all of these people saying all of this crazy stuff about Jewish people. There's no systematic anti-black or anti-Semitism coming from black people. Yes, Vlad is Jewish. So don't think he's not using that to his advantage. Let me show you, family, show y'all something. They got that tether, Emmanuel Acho. They got him on this television show with this Jewish woman. And I want y'all to hear this. This is what I'm talking about. This was last week, right when they were trying to get that bill passed. I want y'all to listen to this. Peep this. All right? And this is definitely orchestrated coming from the top. Now listen to this. Hold on. Fair use, by the way, fair use.
Is now to talk more about this. The former Israeli special envoy for combating anti-Semitism, best-selling author Noah Tishby, and former NFL linebacker and creator of the anti-racial digital series Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, best-selling author Emmanuel.
And this Negro is not our representative. I will say that over and over again. Emmanuel Acho is not our representative. He does not represent the views, the culture, or the heritage of foundational Black Americans. This dude is not our representative. Hold on.
Acho, they are co-authors of the new book, Perfect Timing, Uncomfortable Conversations with a Jew. That's the title. Good to have you both.
Good to see you.
Great to be here.
So thank you for coming back. Talk about this book. Talk about where it began.
Well, it began 2 years ago. After writing Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, I realized, very simply put, we would all be better as a society if we didn't fight in silos. If Black people didn't just fight for Black people, women fighting for women, but what if the Jewish community fought alongside the Black community? What if the white community fought alongside the Black community rather than fighting against one another? What if we identified the common enemy, which was hate, which was oppression, which is marginalization? So I actually reached out to Noah prior to October 7th. We've been penning this book for a long time because I wanted to educate myself, and she could help me do that, because with education, I believe, comes empathy. And Noah said yes.
Oh, said yes very quickly. So it's very important to actually understand that Emmanuel noticed the rise in anti-Semitism specifically from the Black community way before a lot of people did. And he was like, wait a minute, I'm a Black man. I don't want to speak for you in that context. But he's like, I noticed this when Jewish people noticed this and not when people from outside the community did.
This low-life ass tether Negro, this is why these tethers don't represent us, dude. What rise in anti-Semitism in Black society? This tether don't represent us. There is no rise of, and that's why they got him up there, so they can tell that damn lie. They got this musty-ass tether up here so they can lie on foundational Black Americans. There's no rise of anti-Semitism with Black people. There is no rise. We don't separate white supremacists. We don't break white people up in different groups. We don't have no systematic apparatus or institution in order to practice any type of bigotry towards another group. That's a damn lie. There is no rise of anti-Semitism. Black people are not sitting around dissing Jewish people at all, nowhere. It's not practical for us to do that. The white supremacists do that. We don't do that. This is why they got this Sambo up here. Well, he told me, this big Negro, he brought it to my attention that Black people there's a rise in anti-Semitism with Black people. Now, he's Black. I don't want to speak for him, but I'm going to speak for him. This is why we don't have tethers representing us. This is why. They knew what they were doing. They know to get tethers to do the dirty work for them. And on the right, too. They do it on the right side, too. Here's another tether. This came out a couple of days ago, too. Coleman Hughes. So this is coming from right-wing and left-wing think tanks. This is coming from the top. So the roots of Black anti-Semitism with Coleman Hughes.
Thank you so much.
Hold on, wait.
We want to make you aware that there's an apartheid state and
hold on, let me skip
and a student from the the SJP
bleeds into a kind of anti-Semitic mentality.
Hold on.
But one claim that is made by opponents of DEI is that there is something within it ideologically that breeds not just an anti-Israel mentality, but frequently
Christianity.
Tuning in.
I'm trying to get to the part where they're talking about Black people. Hold on.
Is in the context.
And Coleman Hughes is Puerto Rican. This Negro here, he's not. This is a Puerto Rican tether. They always get these tethers to try to misrepresent us.
Of being his landlord, his grocer, his butcher. And he said that created a kind of natural friction when you have the majority would have been basically his argument was a bit more complicated.
Hold on.
And the essay was titled "Negroes Are Anti-Semitic because they're anti-white, which was very similar to the point I was just making about why kids at a place like Columbia care so much about Israel. That it's their anti-Semitism, if you can call it that, is just a special case of anti-whiteness with the proviso that Jews are white, which is a controversial and not so obvious statement, but is taken for granted.
What is this Negro talking about?
As true by Black Americans, by students, and so forth. So basically, his argument was a bit more complicated than that. His argument was that, yes, part of it is that Black Americans have deep anti-white feelings as a result of the history that is too obvious.
Well, we have anti-white supremacy feelings, not white people. We just don't like white supremacy.
Is to have to go into. His argument also went further. It said that when he was a kid growing up in Harlem, which would have been in the 1930s and 40s, Jews operated a lot of the shops in Harlem. They operated, he met Jews in the context of being his landlord, his grocer, his butcher. And he said that created a kind of natural friction when you have the majority of a neighborhood being Black, but the majority of the stores being, or positions of local authority, if you could really call it authority, being operated by another ethnic group, you're going to have friction always.
That wasn't about anti-Jewish, that was about white supremacy because they were in the middle of segregation.
So it's not that the Jews were Jews, it's that the social role they played in that context, even if they were Italian, it would have been the same thing.
And you saw the way 60 years later, I remember the movie Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee's movie, it's Black Korean tension in that case.
That's right. And I pointed that out.
Okay, so y'all get the point. These tethers, white daddy is feeding him his talking points, by the way. White daddy is feeding him his talking points. See, they know who to bring on these shows to spew this stuff. They know how to get these tethers and get these tethers to sit here with them and co-sign their nonsense and their lies. Black society ain't anti-Semitic in any sense of the word. But what they're trying to do now, this is the con. This is what they're trying to do. This is why they got that hate crime bill. That's why she said the anti-Semitism in Black society. And they're talking about that hate crime bill for Jewish people. The first thing she brings up are Black people. Not all of these white supremacists. We're not in large numbers. We're not at these anti-Israel protests. We're not at them. We're not even at these protests. We're not even out there. But they have to bring us in the damn mix to act like there's this threat. See, what they're doing, they're dog whistling. Hey, look, you get this bill passed. We're bringing up Black people as a dog whistle because we can use this against the Blacks. Wink, wink, wink. We can use this against Blacks. So now if Blacks call us white supremacists, we can say, hey, calling us white is racist because we ain't really white. Wink, wink, wink. Let me go back to the woman with Acho. Let me play a little bit more of that because this is heavy. Hold on. And whenever they have these uncomfortable conversations, it's always them getting among us, browbeating us, beating us into submission. It's never a conversation where we talk about the anti-Black racism that comes from some of the people within Jewish society. It's never where we get to talk about the anti-Black racism that historically comes from many people within their society. It's always they're browbeating Black people and talking about Farrakhan. You know? And trying to get everybody to repudiate Farrakhan. Hold on.
And he reached out and wanted to be a true ally, which is what this book is about.
Talk about the unique challenges, though, the horrific challenges that have arisen for Jews across the world. I mean, I always remind people there are only 15 million Jews in the world for a reason. And talk about the rise there, and especially among radicals who call Jews white European colonialists when Israel was created.
This is the con right here, guys. This is the con. I want y'all to peep this.
3 years after white European colonialists marched 6 million Jews into ovens.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that some in the extreme left were able to brand Israel a colonialist state is one of the most brilliant feats in crazy land.
Yeah.
Because literally Israel is a refugee state which was decolonized from Great Britain. So when these people chant today, we want 48, we don't want 2 states, we want 48, they're talking about going back to British colonialism?
Right.
I'm not entirely sure. And this is to what we were talking about, that anti-Zionism is the new form of anti-Semitism. This is exactly what we're seeing right now on college campuses.
So can you tell me though why kids in college, and I call them kids.
Notice we ain't got nothing to do with none of this. None of this Palestinian, we ain't got nothing to do with none of it. So why did they bring us up in this? Why were we the first thing they brought up? We ain't got nothing to do with none of what they're talking about. Hold on.
Kids, because I'm an old dude. I got kids.
They're kids.
But
they're legal adults.
How did they get to a point where they started chanting genocidal phrases from the river to the sea, and they don't even know, a lot of them don't even know what they're proposing.
They don't know what they're proposing. So the thing about what's happening right now on college campuses is 3 things that we have to understand. First of all, it's obviously not peaceful. Second, it's not grassroots because it's well coordinated, well funded. For example, the tents, all of them have green tents. It's very puzzling. And the most important thing is that it's not true. So the kids that are actually protesting and think that they're doing the best thing for humanity, what happened is that they have been brainwashed by TikTok to believe that Zionism necessitates the genocide of Palestinians. They were trained, literally brainwashed by TikTok to believe that Israel is a colonialist state, and that's been happening for decades.
What do you mean by TikTok?
Well, I mean that they're all, we know.
Okay, this is all cap.
What's happening on TikTok in terms of
and they ain't got him saying nothing else. All they needed, because he don't really say anything else in this thing. They just needed him there so when they shit on black people, they could have him as a prop and hide behind him. He really doesn't say anything else in this interview like that. He don't really say anything else. Let me fast forward it just a little bit. Hold on.
Because usually the people that are anti-Semitic are also anti-black. Correct. Well, the first question I had to ask myself is, what in the world is anti-Semitism? Or is there a Semite group that you can be anti? Because if you don't know what anti-Semitism is, how can you avoid being anti-Semitic? And so the very first thing I had to do was say, hey, Noah, what is anti-Semitism? And she said it's actually interesting. It's both looking down at a Jew and looking up at a Jew.
See that? Watch that. Looking up, meaning, okay, if we look at you as an oppressor, well, you're being anti-Semitic. I want y'all to watch the words. Watch this. Listen, listen, listen. You see? Listen, this is coming from a think tank. Listen.
Interesting. It's both looking down at a Jew and looking up at a Jew, assuming that there is some sort of like covert powers that be that are monopolizing and manipulating the world at large. And so I asked her that. But then I also asked her the question, well, are Jews white? Because in America, if you're non-Jewish, you perceive Jewish people as white. And we've simplified things in society, Rev, to black and white. We've projected our Western ideologies onto thousands of years of Middle Eastern nuance. And so if we couple the Jewish community into the white community, and in America there's tension between the black community and the white community, then there has to be tension between the Jewish community and the black community because Jewish people are white. And so I really just had to wrestle with Noah on so many things. Jews in power. I said, Noah, I was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. The owner was a Jewish man. I was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. The owner was a Jewish man. The general manager was a Jewish man. I left the NFL. My first agent was a Jewish woman. I left that agent. My next agent was a Jewish man. So how can you tell me that I'm anti-Semitic, not literally, but figuratively speaking, if I say Jewish people are in power, when the titles, Joe, have been held of owner, agent, and general manager in my life. So we just went there.
Yeah, so and I said
up to Donnie.
What I said to Emmanuel is the fact that there are a lot of Jewish people represented in various fields, there's nothing anti-Semitic about that, and that is actually true. It's when you start talking about power and control, that's when you move to anti-Semitism, which is why
What? This woman just contradicted herself.
By the way, adopting the IRA definition is a brilliant move because it gives you the framework from which to understand what anti-Semitism is to begin with.
So they're doing a lot of double talk. They're trying to do a lot of double talk and vagaries, and it's strategic vagaries. there are Jewish people who are classified as white. They know this, but what they're trying to do, they're trying to create these vagaries so that when a Ben Shapiro, Dennis Prager, these people who have these white supremacist think tanks where they badger down on black people all the time, if we call that what it is, hey man, y'all practicing white supremacy. Oh, God, you're being anti-Semitic by calling me white. Oh, are you saying that I got power? Oh, you're hating up at me. You're looking up at me. Oh, that's anti-Semitism. You see? So they're trying to run a Jedi mind trick. So if we call people out for their anti-black racism and they happen to be Jewish, they're going to try to say, well, that's anti-Semitic. That's what Vlad is. That's what Vlad is trying to do. You see? That's the angle Vlad is going to try to play. It's going back to Vlad. When he calls up to Princeton, hey, I'm DJ Vlad. I'm a popular dean. I'm a popular vlogger. I do videos. And, there was a black professor who really said some weird things to me. And, they got that crime bill. And, it reeks of anti-Semitism. Yeah. You can believe when Vlad calls up there to Princeton, he's going to be up there talking, hey, that anti-Semitism, You see? This is why we got to gatekeep the culture. Yeah, they do the I'm white and I say so thing. Yeah, I don't play that game with them. Yeah, they're Jewish people who are classified as white. That's why you have certain people who are Jewish. They can just change their last name and blend in with Anglo society. You understand? We're not playing that game. We don't break people up in different groups to say that black people are anti-Semitic. That's a damn lie. We don't break people up in the dominant white society in different groups. It's not practical. Yeah? What benefits are white people who are Jewish not getting as opposed to the Anglo-white people? What privileges, protections, and set-asides are they not getting that the Anglos are getting? They're getting the same protection. They're getting the same privileges. They're getting the same benefits of whiteness as Anglo-Christians. In fact, more so. They get more so protection, more so benefits, more so privilege. Yeah? What are they not getting that the Anglo-whites are getting? Jewish people are not being mass incarcerated. You're not being targeted for housing discrimination. You get the same benefits and privileges as the Anglos. And more so. You get extra protection and more benefits. You know? And forms of reparations on top of that. You know? Your neighborhoods are not being policed, over-policed. They've never had a COINTELPRO program for the Jewish community in America. You know? Come on now. And Emmanuel Ultra, that dude has been a problem. I've been telling y'all about that. Tether and tethers like him. Those tethers are a problem when they try to misrepresent us. Yeah? That is a problem. Boy, we got 7,000 people in the building. Boy, we are in here heavy. Shout out to everybody in here. While we're in here, everybody go to rootworkstyle.com. Get your Rootwork deodorant, because some of y'all are musty. This right here, the Rootwork deodorant, this deodorant has foundational Black American High John the Conqueror root in it. This is something that we used to do with our hoodoo and conjure practices. This is the best deodorant on the market right now. Rootworkstyle.com. Boy, we are in here heavy. Welcome everybody in here. Shout out to everybody in the room. We're in here heavy. Much respect to you guys. I'm glad you guys are in here. We're going to touch on some more stuff. We ain't done. We got a lot of stuff we got to touch on tonight's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. But, man, we really got to gatekeep the culture. And we got to understand what's going on out here, family. And not let these folks run the Jedi mind tricks on us. Because, see, we fall for a lot of the okie-doke. Speaking of falling for the okie-doke, I saw a lot of Negroes co-signing something that was kind of disturbing. They had Sexy Red. And y'all know I talk about Sexy Red. Listen, with Sexy Red, I know we got Sexy Red fans in here. The performative ratchetness, I get it. A lot of people like the performative ratchetness. But listen, with Sexy Red, hold on one second. I'm gonna show y'all something else in a minute. But with Sexy Red was at a country concert in St. Louis. There was a country singer performing, and they brought Sexy Red out to start twerking. Hold on, let me show y'all this clip. I hope I don't get an audio strike, but let me show y'all the clip. So they brought, so they brought Sexy Red out, audience full of white people. So they bring her out to start twerking. A country concert, a bunch of white people. All right, fair use. Okay, so audience, thousands of white people, country music thing, they bring Sexy Red out to start twerking. Okay. Now, family, Beyonce has a country record out, hottest country album in the country right now. They needed something to dissipate and shift the balance of that energy. A respectful black woman doing a phenomenal project in the country music field. They said, no. We're not going to have a respectable black woman be the face of country. Come on out here, little old ratchet hood rat, and do what you do. So they bring her out and had her do the performative ratchetness. There's a reason why they had her do that. That's to put a stank face to remind white audiences, this is what black women are. Okay? Don't be fooled by Beyonce. That's why they brought her out. They brought Sexy Red out there for a reason. There's no other reason for them to bring her out to a country concert. Literally no other reason. No other reason. It was to send a message to the white people in the audience, hey, don't be fooled by Beyonce. This stank hoe is what black women represent. And it is not. Look, and on Shade Room and some of these blogs, a lot of the people were co-signing, ooh, I love that for her. I'm so happy for Sexy Red. And a lot of these people are tethers. I noticed this. When you look at a lot of blogs and look at the comments and people who co-sign performative ratchetness from black people in America, a lot of these are tethers. Man, let that girl twerk. Ain't nothing wrong with her twerking. She having fun. Let her live her best life. Let her have fun. It's always some foreign flag Negro. Because let me tell you something. Y'all don't think that's cute when people from your lineage do that nonsense. If the singer Tim's was out here twerking, y'all wouldn't like that. Some Afro-Latina artists, they were out here twerking, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. But because it's our lineage, yeah, you co-sign that stuff. Yeah? And I want people to understand, just because these white people are cheering that ratchetness, that don't mean they like you. That means you're just justifying their stereotypes. Look, that thing turns, it takes a turn. See, here's the thing. People do all of this stuff and you think, oh, we're having fun in the moment. So basically, y'all get out here and wipe your ass on black society because that's what you're doing. You're taking a piss on black society by misrepresenting us, by doing that stuff. You go out there and you just wipe your ass on the wall. Well, I had fun, so there it is, but then you leave. You go out here and do something degenerate and then leave. And then you got to understand, when you make a mess, somebody has to clean up the mess. When you make a mess, somebody has to come clean up the damn mess. And then usually that's us. the grassroots influences, because what happens is they see that degenerate behavior and they see this is, you are the representative of black women. So when a black girl is missing, whatever. When a black girl gets with one of these killer zaddies and they're found in a river somewhere, then the family comes to us. You ain't coming to damn Sexy goddamn Red. When the black girls are missing, Sexy Red and them ain't nowhere to be found because of that funky image that you've created of black women. When bad things start happening to black women, people start coming to us. You see? Just like with Lizzo. See, with Lizzo, she goes out here and does all of this performative ratchetness. And then on the flip side, when it's black women out here on the streets, they got to get the brunt of the negativity that comes with that, because they're not cheering for you, they're cheering at you. You understand? When they see a Lizzo out here in a thong with that flat, wide pancake ass, they're cheering at you like an animal at a zoo. For example, and Lizzo is a great example, because at one of these protests, there was a black woman at one of these Israel-Palestine joints. And this is another thing. They'll find the lone black person at one of these joints and then target them. So this black woman was out there. A bunch of white supremacist males started yelling at this woman, yelling Lizzo, and one white man started making monkey sounds. Look at this. Hold on.
Lizzo, 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 Lizzo. Fuck you, fat ass. Fuck you. And fuck you, bitch.
See the white man making the monkey faces? And look how law enforcement, they're pushing her back. They ain't doing nothing to the white supremacists. White supremacists are the biggest protected class. They're so protected. All right, so they're yelling Lizzo and making monkey sounds. You see? That's what they think of Lizzo. And by proxy, all black women. Right, they're using Lizzo's name as an insult. Y'all don't sit there and let these folks make you think that they're praising Lizzo. They're not praising no damn Lizzo. They're mocking her. You think? And boy, they've been splaining for these damn white supremacists. Oh, they're just kids. Oh, they're just frat boys. They make every excuse. Family, you want to talk about a crime bill? This is why we need a crime bill. You got anti-Semitism crime bills, anti-Asian crime bills. We got this going on. This has been going on in Mississippi, out of all places. This goes on all the time. Family, this is why everybody needs to be in D.C. We need to be standing on that crime bill business. We need to let our voices be heard. You dig? But family, y'all got to, sisters, let me talk to the sisters for a minute. Sisters, y'all got to start calling that stuff out. Look, performative ratchetness, that's fine. Performative ratchetness is fine. The problem is, because I'm not a prude, and look, every now and then I like looking at a hood rat. Look, I've been with hood rats before. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've been with a hood rat or two in my life. I know what the echo of a housing project apartment sounds like. I've been inside the echo of a housing project. Hard floors, bare walls. Look, I've laid up in beds with no headboards in them with hood rats before. Back in the day, I know. I've been in a headboardless bed with a smoke alarm battery beeping. I've been there. I've been there with the pillowcases smelling like blunts. I've been there. All right? But the thing is that hood ratchetness is not something that's supposed to be elevated as mainstream. You see? The hood rattishness, that's something there has to be a balance for. Like Sexy Red, for example. Sexy Red has good songs. She has catchy songs. I'm not knocking that. She has catchy songs. The problem is with Sexy Red, there are no balances. See, you got to have a balance for that, family. See, we've always had ratchet female rappers, going all the way back to the early 90s. They were trying, on the underground, there was a chick on Rap-A-Lot Records, a girl named Choice, who was a ratchet female rapper. But at the time, a lot of y'all don't know that. If you're from the South, you probably heard of Choice. She rapped with Willie D and Scarface and those guys. She was ratchet. She rapped about her sexuality and banging niggas and all this stuff. But the thing is, at that time, you had a Queen Latifah. You had a balance for it. Then we had Lil' Kim, who was doing the ratchet thing, and Foxy Brown doing the semi-ratchet thing. But at the time, the mid to late 90s, you had a balance. Yeah. Also in LA, we had hoes with attitudes. All right. But in the 90s, we had a balance for the Lil' Kims and Foxy Browns. You had a Lauryn Hill, you had a Jill Scott, you had an Erykah Badu, who at the time was doing the herbal tea thing. She started showing that ass a little bit later. But at the time, you had a respectable balance. You had Lauryn, you had an MC Lyte. You had a Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper, they were sexy, but they were never stank. Salt and Pepper were never stank. So they were a balance. They showed how you can be a sexy female rapper and not be stank. You see? And they set the bar. Right. You see? Yeah, they had Mercedes from No Limit. So you had a balance to this stuff. There was a balance. Now, what's the balance? What is the balance now? What female artists do we have besides Beyonce that's big, who's kind of a respectable black female image? Who do we have? You had Aaliyah. Yeah. You had a great balance. Yeah, you had Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, Mary J., Toni Braxton. You had phenomenal sisters. Then female rappers, Yo-Yo was never stank. You did? So there was a great balance at the time in the 90s. So the stank rappers were like an anomaly. Now it's the norm with Sexy Red. Then you got who? Glorilla. Then you got Megan. Megan stanking it up a little bit. You know? Who do you have now? Everybody they got out here. Then you got the City Girls. They're stanking it up. I mean, everybody's ratchet now. You see? Right, they had In Vogue in the 90s. Yeah, we had a lot of fly, respectable women at the time. But yeah, who do we have? You had Maya, you had Brandy, you had Young Girl. You had a big balance. It was a major balance. So who's our Brandy now? Who's our Monica now? Right? Come on. We got Cardi, who's, there. Wet WAP. Who do we have? I mean, everybody's stanking it up. Suki Hana. This is who we got. There is no balance right now. Yeah, back in the 90s, we had SWV. Yeah, absolutely. We had Escape. That's right. Who do we have now? There's no balance. There is no balance right now, family. That's the part. Yeah, Coco Jones, but Coco Jones hasn't really blown up. And Coco Jones, beautiful sister, by the way. I would like to see her blow the hell up. Coco Jones, beautiful sister. Yeah. SZA, but SZA's out there kind of showing that ass too. Yeah. Yeah, we got Jasmine. I want to see Jasmine really, really get it popping. Yeah. But yeah, we got to get Coco Jones a major hit though. Yeah. Yeah, back in the 90s, we had Shantae Moore. We had a whole bunch of fly sisters. But family, we got to understand something, man. With these images, family, We got to be careful with these images of these ratchets out here, family, because older cats, we know the game because we were around when there were a lot of respectable sisters out here. We know that there is a balance out there. We know. But a lot of these young cats out here, we got to understand what's going on. Young girls and young dudes. We got to understand a lot of these young guys, if all they're seeing are the City Girls, Glorilla, Suki Hana, Sexy Red, family, when we see brothers try to come up and brothers about to come up, for example, people were talking about the NFL draft recently. People were talking about how them NFL draft couches were real powdered down. A lot of people made note of them NFL draft couches. There's a lot of powder on them NFL draft couches. A lot of folks were like, hey man, does this have something to do with the ratchet wave? Yeah? Why these NFL draft couches were real powdered down? There's a lot of Beckys on them couches. Yeah? So some people are asking a question. Hey, man, is the ratchetness, the ratchet image, why we're seeing brothers about to make a come up, have a bunch of Beckys on them couches? Huh? Them couches were powdered down now. Yeah? Yeah, it was bunny season on them NFL draft couches, man. Bunny season was in effect, man. Yeah? So this is why it's important. It is very important that we have a balance. We can't have all this ratchetness out here like this. We can't have girls see, hey, this is what I aspire to be. We can't have guys say, well, damn, this is what I got to choose from. Yeah? Images are very important to young people, man. Images are very important. Images are very important. Yeah? This is why, man, I try to, when I do films or whatever, I try to have very thorough, respectable sisters in the film just to show a balance, just to show that there are intellectual sisters out there. I really, really want to promote that more and do more projects and have thorough sisters out just to have a balance, to show the balance. People are saying we got a lot of commercials here. And by the way, speaking of balance, y'all need to come on out and get this balanced energy at the Rally for Reparations in Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen. Washington, D.C., June 15th at Freedom Plaza. Family, y'all need to go to Rally, the number 4, Reparations. Let me show you guys the GoFundMe. We're trying to raise $50K to make this event pop off. You understand? And we're at over $20K. So let me show y'all the GoFundMe, and the GoFundMe link is below. All right, y'all bear with me 1 second. The Rally for Reparations, we're a little over 20K, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on 1 second. Let me find that for you. And it's going to be a phenomenal event. You guys got to be there. Yeah, we're a little over 20K. This is us right now. This is the GoFundMe. And let me shout out to everybody who contributed. We're at 20K. We only need 30K more, guys. Much respect to y'all, man. I really take my hat off to the brothers and sisters who support these grassroots efforts. And you guys are the real MVP. For real, man. You guys help make these things happen. You help make these things go off without a hitch. So yeah, man, we're doing good right now. You got your flight already, man. It's going to be a phenomenal thing. We're going to have a great time out there in Washington, D.C. because we're going to celebrate our culture. We're going to celebrate our heritage, man. We're going to have a great time. We're going to do this yearly. The next year, I want to do it in Atlanta. So then we can have different vendors so we can set it up. DC is a real funny style about the vendors. But next year I want to do an FBA festival in Atlanta, and we can have all the businesses come on out and do their thing. But we're going to have a great time in DC. We're going to have a great time in D.C. And I got some surprises. So you guys got to come on out because we got to celebrate our culture. We as foundational Black Americans, we got a phenomenal culture. And I'm so glad that everybody's on the delineation wave. Shout out to Cat Williams. Did y'all see his comedy special? His special was funny, man. That was a good special called Woke Folks. That was very funny. It was a very good, and it was deep. He was talking about some deep stuff. He was talking about reparations. Shout out to our brother Cat Williams. Man, we got everybody on the same wave of delineation. People are using our language, which is good. Kendrick rapping about delineation. People are using our wording and our language. See, this is why the grassroots are very important. We have people talking like us, and it's coming from the grassroots. You dig? Shout out to Cat. That shit was funny. No, it was good. It was funny. It was very, very funny. I liked it. It was very funny. And he was saying some real ass stuff in it. Yeah? And he got deep when he was going in on the reparations, talking about how we need reparations. That was great. Shout out to our FBA brother, Cat Williams. And y'all can watch that on Netflix. I liked it. It was funny. But, and yeah, he did it live. It was live. It was the first time they did a live comedy special, I think. It was funny. It was real good. Shout out to him. Shout out to my brother, Red Grant. But we're standing on that lineage business. I'm so glad that we're standing up for our ancestors and our lineage, and we are stopping the damn disrespect. I love that we're on that codified wave, and we got to keep that thing going for life. We got to be on this wave for life. Because, yeah, the disrespect that we've allowed people to get away with for so long, we've let tethers and foreigners come among us, trying to denigrate our culture, talk about what our culture is and isn't. Man, please, nobody can say anything about our culture. These people come from cultures of filth. Look, I posted some earlier. This was something from over there in India, Bangladesh. Dude, I get a lot of these videos, dude. See, family, don't ever let nobody talk about foundational Black American culture, our food, or nothing. Don't ever let nobody. When people are over in these countries, the Viveks and the Dinesh D'Souza's, when they come over here, this is what I have a problem with the Viveks and the Dinesh D'Souza's who come over here and try to denigrate us. But this type of stuff is over in their homeland. Look at this. See, I wish I would let somebody say something about foundational Black American culture. I wish the hell I would. I wish the hell I would let somebody say something about our culture. You think? We don't never get down like that. That is not us at all. I wish I would let a Vivek or Dinesh or anybody from over there fix their mouth to say something about us. Yeah? Hell no. And then somebody the white supremacists tried to make their little comeback by posting this picture. And this is the thing that kills their argument. This was his clapback, posting some, like the Haitians, some foreigners eating dirt cookies. And I'm like, hey, buddy, hey, that's not FBA culture. At least you tried, though. And that really burns their ass because, see, that's another thing that kills the white supremacists. They can't use images of Africa and the Caribbean to denigrate us because we shown them. That doesn't bother us. That ain't our culture. People eating bush meat and you showing people over there doing all this, that ain't us. You can show that to you blue in the face. That don't bother us. That ain't our culture. We don't do that. That ain't FBA culture. Oh, that lets the winds out of their sails when we say that. When they see them dirt cookie video, that don't bother us at all. FBAs ain't never ate like that. And no disrespect. And look, I understand people are poor, and I'm not trying to denigrate brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. I'm really not trying to denigrate you. But yeah, them trying to use that as to attack us, no, that don't work. Showing them eating bush meat and that, no, that don't work. We don't eat that. We ain't never ate like that. We ain't never ate like that. We don't eat unsightly food as foundational Black Americans. The thing about us, our food is going to look good. That's one thing. Y'all get this straight, tethers and white supremacists. You can post them videos all day. Everything we make, if a foundational Black American touches it, it's going to have to look edible. We're very particular on how our food looks. Family, if somebody makes mac and cheese that don't look right, we're going to question your ass. We don't eat people's meatloaf if it don't look like it's been seasoned right. We don't play that game. No. You can't denigrate us. We're real particular about how food looks. We got questions. Hey, man, what's this? What's in these black eyed peas? Why is this rice kind of hard looking? Why these green beans don't look the right color? We're going to ask questions. We don't just eat any damn thing as foundational Black Americans, buddy. So y'all can't denigrate us with that. That's not going to work. We don't eat any damn thing. So yeah, y'all ain't got that on us. Y'all can't do that. No, our food is going to look damn good. It's going to be fried, looking good. It's going to look good. You dig? The food is going to be pretty. You can that's why we be taking pictures before we eat. Oh, ooh, shit. Ooh, I'm about to tear this up. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. Oh, no. Roscoe's, we're going to... Yeah, we don't play. We don't do that ugly food thing. If food is ugly, we ain't touching it. We don't play that. Yeah, y'all not about to put that on us at all. Yeah, let somebody come in with some potato salad with a few ingredients that's not familiar. Like, who made this? What's this? What's these purple things in the potato salad? Who made that? Yeah, we won't make potato salad unless we know who made it. We got to know you. If we eat your potato salad, we got to know who made this. Kim made it. Okay, Kim. Okay, Kim is cool. Who made the potato salad? Charlene? I don't know. I ain't going to mess with that. Yeah? Oh, yeah, they steal our recipes for good reason. Absolutely. Man, we went over there to Asia to teach them how to fry chicken good. You know? We went over there to Asia and taught them how to fry chicken good. Man, come on. Yeah, we don't play that game. All that dirt and filth around the stove. No. We don't play that dirty ass stove business. No. We don't do that. Yeah? People putting their fingers all in. No. Man, please. So now y'all not gonna badger us. We don't play with it when it comes to some damn food. We don't play like that. We do not play like that. You dig? But anyway, man, let me get out of here, man. It's been real. We had a great time tonight, chopping up game as we always do. Everybody, get your Rally for Reparations shirt. We got shirts and sweaters. Click below at rallyforreparations.com. And all you new people here, there's a lot of people in here. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe right now. Make sure you subscribe because I chop up good game all the time, man. I'm always chopping up some good game. So make sure you subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe and go to rallyforreparations.com and also go get, ladies and gentlemen, your tickets for the film Microphone Check. Microphone Check coming to a theater near you. Microphonecheck.com. It's in theaters in a few weeks, man. The greatest hip-hop documentary ever made. Microphone Check. Go to microphonecheck.com. See me. I'm in the film. Grandmaster Kaz, Melly Mel, Coke La Rock, Shy Rock, Busy B. So many phenomenal pioneers of hip-hop, man. Come check it out, man. Microphonecheck.com. All right, I'm up out of here, y'all.